Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of Let's Play Pokemon Red, and there is no, I can't avoid any longer. Here is Victory Road. Okay, so here's the main gimmick. It's all about tedious use of strength, where I push, all the way to those little marker things. And if you notice, there is a brighter square blocking my route. Yeah, that's what the button does. It gets rid of that. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to mean it's an elevated part I can't jump over or something. Who knows? Yeah, and keep in mind, to even make this more annoying and tedious, even though I have max repels on, there are many Pokemon that are equal to my level. So, therefore, with that, repels, I should clear up for people who don't know. Repels don't work on all Pokemon. It only works on Pokemon that are weaker than you. Basically, don't think of repels as, this is my get-out-of-jail-free card, so I don't get any wild encounters. It just means that you'll only get wild encounters of Pokemon that are worth something. I teach, a few new moves are here, a few good level ups. I teach Twins here, Bite, which I replace with Double Edge. Even though it's a powerful attack, I'm sick of losing health, and at this point in the game, it's not, you really can't afford to lose health, HP, so I just, yeah. I got rid of it for another offensive attack. There's a first view of I don't think we see Charizard before that. That was, I think we probably did. Who knows? So yeah, it gets annoying. Thankfully, I remembered mostly how to get through the dungeon, which way is the right way and which way is the wrong way. This dungeon is a lot more linear than I remembered it. Of course, I've done it so many times. Trust me, if you don't know what you're doing, you are going to get lost. Like, oh my goodness. I just don't like Victory Road. Like I said, Gen 5 was the first Victory Road I didn't hate. Well, at least in the first one. I'm not that far into the sequel to Victory Road yet. And all that. I use up all my hyper potions like this. And look who we saw in there for a second. I forgot how to get there, but I ended up getting there anyway. Which you'll see soon. So, in case you're curious, it took me about a half hour to get through this. If you don't know what you're doing, it could take 40 minutes, an hour. It's not that hard to figure out. It's just, if you don't know what you're doing, it's just tedious. And if you really want to get every item and battle every trainer here, it just makes the job a lot tougher. Thankfully, with my good team, I didn't have to worry about going back to the Pokemon Center and whatnot. I don't normally use ground. My ground types don't normally know Dig, because Diglett has a Diglett just has it when you get it, when you catch him. So that's why I was really lucky. But you see, it's different with Dugtrio, because other ground types. I usually get a Sand Slash or something like that. The thing is, Dig acts as an infinite escape rope, basically, and it's really good to have, because that way I would be able to go to the Pokemon Center in Viridian and come back. I can fly to the beginning of Victory Road from this point on, and after Victory Road I can fly there too. Very handy. Here's a Lapras. I love this Pokemon. If I didn't have Tom, I would definitely get a Lapras as my water type. But you know, just saying. Alright, so here we are. We are now facing the legendary bird Moltres. Again, just to clarify, I only save here because it's a force of habit. I just feel like I have to. I played this game so many. I played Pokemon for a long time, and every time I see a legendary, it's just first instinct. Save first, because if you screw up, you don't get another chance. So here's Moltres, which I think has kind of a weird design. You gotta look at it right. It takes a little while. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't have put his butt in the air and his head on the bottom. It's kind of confusing looking. I don't know, there's a lot of messed up sprites in this game, and this was supposed to be the upgraded version too. That's why blue version's always been the superior one. graphically wise. Really, I think Red has a better selection of Pokemon though, so it balances out. Because you gotta remember, with each version of a game, it gives you different Pokemon that you can catch. They're really crafty like that, where they have you, pretty much have to have both versions of the game, so you can get so you can complete the Pokedex. And it's a tough job, it really is, especially if you want to get some of the harder catches at Safari Zone. But you know, speaking of which, we will see a Chansey soon, and I'm probably gonna forget, so I'm gonna say it now. I find that if you do end up catching a Chansey, which is a tough job, it is so worth it. Chansey is a really good Pokemon, and yeah, totally. So, Moltres is Fire Spin, which is really annoying. So what I did was I switched to Rosemary, because Rosemary has a much higher speed than my Tom, being that she's an electric type, and electric types are very fast. I also paralyzed it, helped me out a little bit, because I need to attack first with Moltres, because Fire Spin is one of those moves like Wrap or Constrict that you last for a few turns and you can't attack back, which was fixed in later gen because that is very cheap, especially in competitive wise. Trust me, real Pokemon, well, at least for people like me who like the combat, real Pokemon is when you play with people, because that's when things get competitive. That's when you really want the best team possible. One of these days, I suggest you check out on YouTube or something a good Pokemon championship battles. Not the really some of them are a little upper crust and professional, where everyone has the same team because they're the absolute best Pokemon, and it's just kind of boring. But teams who have like a very crafty amount of Pokemon with different attributes to each other, different strategies, it gets very interesting. I would suggest that. I'd say the same thing in the card game. Even though it's hard to figure out how that game works, it is also entertaining to watch if you're truly a Pokemon fan. It's something to check out, especially if you want to really learn more around how to use Pokemon. And it does change per gen. So. Okay, so I don't know what is going on. Back to the speed section anyway. I'm sure you noticed while I was rambling. What is going on? Like, I don't remember this. Is it impossible to catch the legendaries? Or are you supposed to beat the Elite? I'm thinking you're supposed to beat the Elite Four yet first, because I never was in this situation before, where I come to think of it, where I tried to catch the legendaries before the Elite Four. I think it has to be like a gym badge. It's not a gym badge, but I think you have to be the champion for them to be able to catch them. That's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I can think of, really, but it kind of annoys me. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, as you see, there's a little block there I can't get through, and this is where it gets really annoying and really tedious, because I keep running into these guys. Hit it again. What I'm doing is I'm checking where the little button is first, so I don't have to guess where it is later. Of course, I run into these guys a million times. If you want a last-second rock type or fighting type, I would suggest this area, especially if you don't have all 6. Believe it or not, if you're really, really, really careful about your team, and you really want certain Pokemon, and you really know this game frontwards and backwards, you can have an incomplete team at this point. I have heard of that. It takes a good Pokemon team takes a lot of consideration. You have to consider, well, nowadays with double and triple battles, you have to consider how they work together, what they can do. Like, a great strategy is with Slack Off and a Pokemon with the ability called Skill Swap. Because, Slack King, anyway, is a very offensive Pokemon. But his ability is Loaf Around, where he only attacks for one turn. By the way, I'm skipping trainers at this point, because I wanted to get out of there. And with Loaf, and with Skill Swap, that ability swaps skills of each Pokemon. So if you do that, the Pokemon Skill Swap will have Loft around, and Slacking can attack every turn. It's a pretty good strategy. It's just something you could think about. I mean, these days, with over 700 choices, I mean, not that you'll get all the choices in every game, but with such a huge amount of choices, it it becomes amazing what you can do. And it doesn't feel long for you, but it's long for me. That I finally got out of there. All you gotta do is go through this little maze that I screw up a little bit, because I actually did not remember this part at all. I assumed, I remembered it, you know, I think of it too much as Gen 3. Like, I thought we'd have another rival battle when I reached the exit of the cave, which I'm really glad I wasn't, because I was really weak. Even though I had full HP, I was running low on ether, and I didn't want to risk anything. Because as much as I hate Jerk, I gotta say, he's a pretty good competitor for an AI. I mean, even for like a novice, not a novice, like an intermediate human being, he's pretty good. He's pretty matched up there. And here we are, this is the last Pokemon Center of the game, and the last Mart, and the last guy that says, "Yo, champ in the making." Which he can't say anymore, he'll say, "Yo, champ." So, there'll be 5 more episodes of this. No, there'll be 4. Why not? Nah, 5. Yeah, there'll be 5 more episodes. Well, 1 more recording session for me, 5 more episodes for you guys of this season. I don't care how short it is. I'm gonna focus each episode on each member of the Elite Four and the champion. So there's that. I know this is gonna be a little boring, but I want to just show you what I do to prepare. For one thing, all those items, really good items that I've gotten throughout my adventure, I am going. Well, all the items I don't need right now, I'm storing, including my useless Ultra Ball. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I didn't even bother catching many things, but you know, when you know what you're doing. I mean, completing the Pokedex isn't the most important thing in the world. All you get is a little. If you don't have the Game Boy printer too, all you get is a little still frame you get to watch until you press the A button of congratulations. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just depositing stuff I don't need. This is the first thing I do. In future gens, I don't have to bother with this because the item storage system's a lot better. I mean, the item stock you have with you at all times is a lot better. You have multiple pockets in the future, and you can carry a lot more things. But I still recommend depositing the items though, because you don't want to accidentally use them or something. Something you can do if you did spend money like I didn't do a lot, and take all your TMs that you got that you never used, deposit those too, because you can withdraw them and you can actually make some good cash off that. I checked what TM05 was, and I'm glad I did, because it's a fighting type move, and a fighting type move is you want a Pokemon. I think this goes for any gen. You want a Pokemon with a fighting type move, because fighting type moves are pretty good for a few types, like normal types. You want something, because what else? There's a few things. Rock types, yeah, because like if it's good to have a variety of strengths. I mean, it's good to have. It's good to know what Pokemon can do. That's why I said it before. I'll say it again. That's why I love Snorlax and a lot of normal types, because they learn a lot of types of moves. The variation is very good for your team, and it's always the coolest thing when you do a little sneak attack. Like you throw out an electric type, and the guy with the normal type's like, huh. Oh, what do you think that's going to do? And then, boom, mega kick with my right chew against your Geodude, and your Geodude is dead. But look at that, I still have my Master Ball. I wonder if I'm ever going to use that, hintity, hintity, hintity. I wonder if there really is 5 episodes left, hintity, hintity, hintity. Alright, so here's where I use my rare candies. Save your rare candies for the end of the game. I had a Carbos left, so I gave that to Tyler, because I want Tyler to be as fast as possible. If you can get Snorlax at a very high speed, it's pretty broken. Yeah, you can break it a little bit. Of course, don't abuse the vitamins, because yeah, I think a leveling up process makes it slower for that stat if you do that. So I made everyone level 42, then I here with the rare candies, because that seems to be as high as I can go with the amount I had. And then I decided who I feel would be a little stronger to match up with Rosemary at level 43. And I probably am slightly under-leveled, but if I make the right decisions, and I think I think about what I'm doing and what Pokemon I have out, I don't think I'll have to worry that much. So yeah, um, yeah. Just for clarification, I'm sure you've noticed a lot of the trainers I've been battling in Victory Road, and Jurek himself had a variety of types. That is not the case in Elite Four. They will each specialize in one type of Pokemon, which is very common for gym leaders to do. The Elite Four is always within the universe, the game's universe. The Elite Four is always a were very strong gym trainers that they chosen for the Pokemon League. By the way, I buy a lot of items. Take note of these items because they're apparent in every version of the game. It's something you want because you want to have a quote unquote Pokemon Center at the end of every Elite Four battle because there's no turning back. Once you be an Elite Four member, you have to go to the next one. There's no going to the Pokemon Center. There's no one doing this. There's no doing that. Anyway, by the way, Elite Four is a great way to grind. Especially in Gen 1 where you don't have to worry about chemistry. You just lose and lose and lose, and it doesn't matter. But anyway, yes. And the thing with gym leaders is, sorry, I digressed there, by the way. The thing is with gym leaders is they specialize in one type, so not only in the real world, the player can learn how to deal with the typing, but in the Pokemon world, they can teach Pokemon trainers how to use them. From here on, you will face the Elite Four one by one. If you win, the door opens to the next trainer. Good luck, okay? And with that, thank you all so much for watching. I've been Billy, your video game analyzer. Have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time for the Elite Four.